but I'm doing Atomy precisely because it doesn't make money until consumers are genuinely created. If you can say this, then you are doing Atomy. I answer that way. You need to analyze it and be able to explain why you choose Atomy, no matter what anyone else says. Jeff Bezos once said it's smarter to look for things that won't change in 10 years rather than things that will. If you find a good, affordable, everyday product that people will need until they die, even 100 years from now, then you've found a great business idea. Now imagine a company selling such products that never fails and grows into a global powerhouse. I found an opportunity to become wealthy alongside that company's growth, even in the middle of this crisis and confusion. Can you see it too? Opportunities always come in times of trouble. For me, living in the Philippines, far from Korea, and experiencing the COVID-19 pandemic in 2020, I started paying attention to Atomy during that chaos. If you are currently struggling or looking for something new, please watch this until the end. While everyone else is hiding and waiting for the storm to pass, we need to be brave, understand the market trends, and prepare for a new leap forward. I will show you how wealth is changing and the vision of Atomy, which will lead this new trend. We hear a lot about crisis these days. Do you feel it's a crisis? I once heard a story from a very successful person who used to be in the car business. At first, they didn't think much of Atomy. But with the rise of electrical cars, they realized 90% of their business would disappear. They felt they had to change industries because cars have become like a home appliance now. You just swipe the battery and there's nothing to fix. Just like that, crises have come incredibly fast, not just in that industry, but all around us, in ways we never imagined. Actually, great opportunities are always hidden within these huge crises. In the midst of the fourth industrial revolution's massive changes, there are always incredible opportunities. As COVID-19 passes, I see countless small businesses owners who hope things would get better after the pandemic, struggling terribly in the aftermath of the crisis. The way people make money has changed. It used to be through manufacturing, buying land or houses, or getting a good education to earn more. Now the measure of wealth is how many online members you have. If you need to start something new, you must choose a business connected to the internet and platforms if you want to live the life you desire. This is the reality we live in. The world is moving towards platforms, and all businesses are flocking to them. But most of you probably don't think you can create a platform. Even if you know everything is moving that way, you might ask, if that's the solution, what should I do? Atomy is a company that gives individuals the chance to build such a platform business. Traditional platform businesses automate and optimize how customers and suppliers connect. Network businesses are different because people act as that connection. Network businesses like Atomy, with their own platforms, can build their own distribution networks. Until traditional platform companies, in Atomy, you are the business owner, and every user can contribute to the platform's growth. That's the key difference. If you look at the history of direct selling, which is over 60 years old, why do companies like Amazon, Alibaba, or Walmart, which started much later, have significantly higher sales? Right? This is the point. Because direct selling companies used to charge too much, claiming they were giving money to distributors. Consumers turned away. Atomy, however, decided not to go that route. They committed to selling truly good products at low prices so consumers would voluntarily join. They said they would create a platform, and they've been building a company capable of doing so. And it's happening right now. A prime example is Atomy's return rate. It was only 0.12% or 0.14% at the time. This low return rate means that people aren't joining just simply because they don't know about Atomy. Since we don't advertise and rely on word-of-mouth marketing, it will take time. But eventually, we will have the largest membership. And in the future, even if other companies generate huge sales, only their shareholders or the company itself profit. But with Atomy, 35% of the sales go back to consumers and business owners. So ultimately, anyone who truly understands Atomy won't leave. Those who don't know it well might go in and out. That's why Atomy's business model can eventually surpass Amazon and Alibaba. We just sell good products cheaply and share this system worldwide. The goal is to unify distribution, meaning all commerce will flow through Atomy. If it becomes a platform, it won't just be about distribution. The founder said he wants to build a company where, depending on the size of the membership, all services beyond distribution are possible. So if you check out what the founder says and it turns out to be true, then connecting with Atomy isn't an option. It's an absolute necessity for your future and your family's future, especially if you are Korean. And just by using the products, Atomy's distribution structure can help small and medium-sized businesses in Korea. So it will definitely become mainstream. When network business and online platforms combine, it can evolve beyond the simple multi-level marketing into a true participatory economic platform. So with these structural advantages, the important thing is choosing the right company. Why Atomy? They say that opportunity comes to everyone, but only those who recognize it can change their destiny. We sensed the change in the world earlier than others. While others were stuck in their bases, afraid to face this change, we must be different now. I'm so grateful these days that I stumbled upon Atomy. Before Atomy, I spent my time coding programs in a small storage room at a resort in the Philippines. I even started to dread meeting people. But through Atomy, I have found a dream. My thoughts have changed. My actions have changed. And now my habits and destiny will change too. It's a fun to gather consumers with the good daily necessities I use without any risk. Besides that, by taking many humanities classes and reading books provided by the company, I am now envisioning a better leader. Looking back, I feel like everything I did before Atomy was preparing me for Atomy. My experience as a sales representative for a large company, learning system while working in a manufacturing IT department, teaching children and entertaining people, even the time I spent isolated in the distant Philippines. If I hadn't had those experiences, I might have just kept doing what I had to do. All that time became a stepping stone for me to understand this business earlier, allowing me to focus on Atomy and seize this opportunity. If you are watching this video and truly feel you are in a crisis, I think you could consider this an opportunity to seriously look into Atomy. Or even if you don't have such problems, there's a difference between having a stable system income and not having one. And because the world is changing so fast, if you feel a crisis about needing a new platform like a business, and you see the trend and agree, then you are the type of person who can enjoy Atomy the most. From what I've seen, this Atomy business isn't about working immediately to earn a living. It's about preparing for future. Instead of an individual creating their own platform, you can become an individual platform within the innumerous Atomy platform, which can compete with existing platforms. Many don't realize it. They can receive a stable, regular income this way. I'm very excited and thrilled to see what Atomy will become as it grows. Because as you know, companies like Kakao and Coupang in Korea, which weren't even considered big businesses, have become innumerous platforms and made people rich. Now imagine if everyone here was an entrepreneur who had started one of those platforms. Imagine all of them growing together. Imagine not just one platform, but countless platforms coming together to create immense energy. Doesn't that make sense? In Atomy, you can become the owner of a platform with millions, 500,000 or 250,000 members, depending on when you started your business. Some might have 10,000 members, some 5,000. And if you start now, you could have a platform with 100 members. But because this is a trend of the times, you will surely experience your membership growing without you even realizing it, and new members appearing endlessly beneath you, even if you don't feel you have the ability. The Atomy network is the only way to overcome the limits of individual entrepreneurship in an uncertain era. Especially nowadays, professionals are the first to feel the urgency of changing times and are showing interest in Atomy. Actually, scholars who wonder what the world will be like if it continues to shift toward platforms always ask such questions. A researcher from Seoul National University's Future Society Research conducted a study and predicted what the world would look like in the 90s, meaning in the future. Surprisingly, the study concluded that 0.001% of people would own platforms, the creators. 0.002% would make money by using those platforms. And the remaining 99.7%, even those with professional jobs, would have to compete with AI and artificial intelligence to make a living through labor and exchanging their time for money. Some even say this process is accelerating due to COVID-19. Professionals are afraid they might become poor because of AI and artificial intelligence. One person told me, I encountered this 10 years ago and I thought it was just a shabby company selling toothpaste and toothbrushes. But now I'm hearing for the first time that this is the platform I've been looking for. I can build it myself as an individual. They asked, why didn't anyone around me tell me this? I think they probably did, but the person delivering the message wasn't trusted, or they delivered it weakly, like please try this product, it's so good. But we generally assume that really wealthy people, those with the buildings and such, would look down on Atomy, so we don't dare to talk to them about it as a business. So these are people who understand that the future is a platform era and are looking for something, but because we don't communicate it properly, they don't get the message. Now Atomy is a business that offers individuals the opportunity to prepare for the future through a platform. The term Atomy personal platform business might sound like something we hear all the time in lectures, but it's actually a first worldwide. Even those who are currently earning well and working in professional fields are realizing the trends of the times, driven by the fear that AI and artificial intelligence could make them poor. They are looking for solutions and discovering Atomy coming to me voluntarily. That's why I'm actively meeting with so many people. I once heard about someone who had accumulated a lot of debt from repeated business failures and looked their own life. I thought if I'd actively share Atomy's value more, and if that person had even a tiny bit of hope, they might not have made such a terrible decisions. So sharing the true value and vision of Atomy has become my mission and ours. Truly among us, rich people who have experienced wealth are most afraid of becoming poor. But the moment they understand that Atomy can be the solution, their business speed will accelerate incredibly. Now is a time to share this valuable information with those who are even better than ourselves. We should approach Atomy not just to earn money, but with a mission of giving someone the opportunity to prepare for their future. Imagine you are earning over 75,000 US dollars, fully prepared for retirement and living a balanced life. While everyone else worries about their second chapter, we travel the world without financial concerns, sharing Atomy and spreading dreams and hope. Isn't that a life that makes your heart pound just thinking about it until your last breath? Few years ago, there was a DSA CEO Council in Mexico. There, the founder spoke precisely about Atomy's future vision. I really love this story because it explains Atomy so clearly. The founder, Chairman Bakhan Gil, was a new and speaking in front of a world-renowned direct-selling CEOs from companies like Amway, Nu Skin, and Herbalife. He introduced Atomy by saying, I didn't create this company to compete with you. I created it to compete with the global distribution companies like Amazon and Alibaba. I've been praising Atomy a lot, haven't I? For those of you who are new, you might be thinking, Atomy sounds good, but what should I do? You might ask, how do I earn income from Atomy? Should I quit my current job for Atomy? Of course, the decision is yours, but I want to share a common understanding about starting the Atomy business. I hope you start knowing what it's trying to achieve. If you thought Atomy was about getting paid immediately for your work, like earning a living, then you've misunderstood. You should start Atomy to prepare for a system income for your future. And you must understand the clear distinction from labor income. All the way we've earned money so far involve getting paid right after we work. Even a doctor gets paid immediately after a consultation. So doctors, professors, and lawyers all earn labor income. We are used to this. If you get a job at a company, it's natural to get paid for the work you do. But with Atomy, you won't make money until your membership is built up. In a way, you might even spend money. Why? Because you might need to buy more of what you need, meet more people, and it takes time. But ultimately, the Atomy system, this system income, is a process of building capital, just as you earn interest when you put money in the bank. When the Atomy system and membership continuously grow under you, you earn income from consumer purchases through that system. So it requires time and you focus until the system is built. But here's the thing about Atomy. Once the system income is established, it's like an endless stream of sales because the products are good and cheap. Income will keep coming in from consumers. You have to believe this too because people will also talk about its weaknesses. One day, when asked about weaknesses, many young people say it's all about, but I don't like that it's a multi-level marketing. They say it all sounds great. And they would try it if it weren't multi-level. But it's hard to convince others. They don't understand that multi-level marketing is ultimately a way to succeed even if you don't have special abilities. And finding a good multi-level company is a key to success. My explanation is that this weakness is actually the reason for success. And we need to overcome it. The second point is that it doesn't make money quickly. Okay, I will admit that too. I say, but let's understand what kind of business you are trying to do. If you choose a business that makes money quickly, you might get rich fast. If you go to a company with an enrollment fee and monthly fees of $2,200 US, you can make money quickly if you work hard and bring people in. Those who join first will make money, but it's a structure that inevitably harms someone. So I tell them, if you want to choose the path to make money quickly by joining this company and that company first, then do it. That's your choice and your identity. But I'm doing Atomy precisely because it doesn't make money until consumers are genuinely created. If you can say this, then you are doing Atomy. I answer that way. You need to analyze it and be able to explain why you choose Atomy, no matter what anyone else says. Then there are human conflicts. Some people say Atomy is hard because they cannot stand certain behaviors. I agree. Ultimately, you earn money because you endure those things. We don't have any actual relationship. No one is giving us a salary. We just gather together. It's a natural for conflict to arise when people have different opinions. If you don't accept that natural conflict, how can you succeed in Atomy? You need to know this already. If you try to do something great all by yourself based on your own abilities, you will ultimately fail. If you want to succeed with the help of others, you have to put up with the things. Chairman Park even left a famous saying, all sorts of annoyances and difficulties are your Atomy commission. So what does it mean to put up with the things? It means people have different ideas than you, but you endure it. That's the essence of the Atomy business because I am not perfect. We are not perfect. Human conflicts are natural. So if you know the advantages and are aware of the disadvantages beforehand, there's no problem. Beware of dreams of overnight riches. Only by building through patience and effort can you construct a strong tower of success that won't crumble in any storm. You must believe in your convictions more than others' opinions. As you saw earlier, Atomy products are so good and affordable that just using them is beneficial. Some people want to achieve great success, and Atomy makes all of that possible. I will now explain what an auto sales master is and the steps and know-how needed to become one within the time I have. Network business is a business where direction and sequence are crucial. If you run with only passion and no system, you will eventually get exhausted. That's where the 8 steps to success come in. First, you need to visualize your dreams and goals. So, about drawing those dreams and goals, we always hear about the life scenario system, which the chairman strongly emphasizes at every seminar, don't we? Really try to write it down seriously. Not just maybe it will happen, maybe it won't, but truly with a belief that it will happen. Find a dream that makes your heart pound just thinking about it. You need to find a dream where if you just think about it, you would say, wow, if this could really come true, I would do anything. Then you write down in your life scenario when you will achieve it. Deciding that time frame in your life scenario with that level of thought is actually very important for the speed of your Atomy business. If you are just dreaming about what I will achieve through Atomy, that's just a vague dream. But when you set a specific time, I will do this by then, that truly becomes a standard for your success. Then you plan out what you need to do each day to match that. Second is making a commitment. If you think you can do all your current work and succeed in Atomy within your desired time frame, I think you are taking it too lightly. The thing about Atomy is that all conditions are ultimately decided by you. No one controls you. Therefore, you absolutely need a commitment to set aside time and pay the price for results. When you commit, don't worry about what others think. Even your spouse or your close children might not understand Atomy and could hinder you. You need to take the lead and decide clearly. And within that commitment, there must be a willingness to pay the price. If you think you can do all your current work and succeed quickly in Atomy, that's wrong. There's no free lunch in the world. So when you make a commitment, you must be in charge. And you shouldn't lose your dream because of what ignorant people say. And that willingness to pay the price, it doesn't mean you have to give up what you love forever, does it? It means you are temporarily pausing so you can fully enjoy it later without worrying about anyone's opinion. With a proper commitment like this, a good prospect list isn't just easy target. People you think will listen to you or people who will definitely do Atomy. The basic rule of creating a list is no prejudice. Just transfer everyone in your smartphone contacts to a notebook. And if possible, don't list people who are far away. List people you can see often first. That will reduce costs and people in the same neighborhood can be managed together, which I think will be much more effective for your business. Then with this list, how will you invite and share information? When you share information, always use Euler's law, which we always talk about. Euler's law states that no matter how smart the person giving the information is, it's most effective when a third party, not someone you already know, delivers it. Getting people to sit down at business presentations, one-day seminars, or success academies, and objectively hear about Atomy for themselves. That's the most effective way to invite and ensure Atomy's information is received objectively. And they often say they won't come the day before. So you have to talk to about 5 people to get one to show up. This means you need to ask many people to come. And if they say no, you have to be cool about it. You shouldn't fight saying, you promised, why aren't you coming? Instead, you should immediately say, oh, then how about next month? Tried it. After about 3 times, they will almost certainly come out of apology. Next is the business presentation. Actually, a business presentation doesn't have to be a grand hour-long or 2-hour speech. In urgent cases, you need to practice in your mind how to accurately convey Atomy in just 5 minutes because there's so much to brag about Atomy. You might go over time if you don't practice. So developing the ability to deliver it concisely and with the impact comes with the practice. When you practice, it often feels awkward at first. In those cases, sit down your children or someone else and practice with them and try recording yourself. Then when you listen to the recording, you will see where you spend too much time or where you miss points. So when you are practicing by yourself. Others might think they are really playing around. But that's how you will truly get excited about this business as you explain it. Really tried it. When you try to explain the marketing to someone, you will realize it. Oh, I forgot this part. And that's why I'm getting better. You have to explain the marketing to others to truly understand it yourself. And then there's a follow-up management. If you don't do follow-up management, even if you denied it, you would just made a sale without a margin. You are running a business without profit. If you don't explain Atomy, you would just deliver a product and collected points. That's not building a business. But surprisingly, many people miss this. Actually, this follow-up can be challenging in a network business because the other person might not like it. But you have to do it. As I mentioned earlier, you need to help them understand how they can benefit beyond just one step. Next, the seventh step is a counseling. You should always consult with your sponsor. As experienced sponsor, this is an experience-based business. The moment you consult properly, you save a tremendous amount of time. You reduce trial and error. But this counseling needs to be regular. And then the last part is duplication. If you do this well, your work will speed up significantly. If one person comes along who thinks like you, it doubles your efforts. If two people, it quadruples. Achieving auto sales master is not easy. It requires not just selling products, but also developing people and managing an organization stably. However, by diligently following the 8 steps of success, you can achieve the goal of auto sales master faster and more stably through systematic growth. The Atomy system isn't something that happens all at once. First, you challenge yourself, then you maintain it, and then you become auto. Once you become an auto sales master, you will truly feel your life has changed. Then the work becomes so fun and easy. Spread the word to those around you who don't know what to do next. Be a messenger of hope for them. I wish you all success. That concludes my talk. Thank you so much.